Walk down the streets of downtown Phoenix any night of the week and you're sure to find some of the city's best DJs, entertaining crowds at local EDM hotspots like Bar Smith and Cobra Arcade Bar. While the industry is mainly dominated by male artists, Libby Murphy, also known as DJ Looseleaf, is quickly coming up on the EDM scene in Phoenix.
I'm Libby Murphy. I go to law school here downtown. I also DJ. I started back in January and it just has taken off from there. I mostly play house music, but I also, which has so many different subgenres, but I also really like bass music and will throw that in sometimes. I've been into EDM since I first heard it, maybe like 14, 15 years old. You know, there's always just been male DJs and it had never occurred to me that as a female I could also do that too. I remember seeing Rez, Spring Break in South Padre. I thought it was a dude initially, and I was like, whoa, like this guy's great. And my friends and I were like, yeah, he's nasty. And then her voice comes on. She's like, what's up, South Padre? How you guys doing out there? And I was like, it's a girl, you know? So I got super excited and I was like, wait a minute, like we can do this too. And just the simple fact of representation was a big game changer for me. So I'll never forget that moment of like realizing like, oh wait, I can do this too. Like I don't just have to dream about it, like I can actually do this. I had wanted to for a long time, but had to go through some life struggles and lessons. My ex and I broke up like last summer, fall-ish, and so I was like, I need a hobby, and I've always wanted to do this, so why not? Yeah, I just said screw it, bought a deck on Amazon for $250, and the rest was history. So Looseleaf comes from, in December, I was back home buying school books for law school, and there was an option of LL, and I had already decided I wanted to be a DJ, and I was getting the gear, and I was like, okay, I need a name, right? And so LL, I looked it up, and it means like a loose leaf textbook. And so I was like, that's a great DJ name. Some people think it's like a weed thing. I'm like, it can be whatever you want it to be, you know, but it initially started with a textbook.
Murphy started her career at Lacuna Kava Bar, a local hangout for artists and DJs downtown, and has moved on to book gigs at other popular venues in the area.
History. Started playing at Lacuna with like my little portable speaker and I would connect it to my laptop. So my first gig was actually a shit show. Excuse my French. I had never played on CDJs. I'd always played on like XDJs. The XDJs have one screen and the CDJs have two, and it's a lot harder in the sense you have to do it by your ear. Get there, and I had the 11 to 12, which turns out to be the best time during the weeknight. So there was like a good, like the place was kind of full. It was the worst performance I've had by far. Not only was I playing on these CDJs for like the first time really, but they were broken. And that is a typical thing in the DJ world when you go places, like the equipment's like 90% of the time broken. Like you got to figure out how to work around it. But being a new DJ, I had no idea. I was like, why aren't these buttons working? Like, I don't know what's going on. So it was a horrible set, but the crowd loved it because I guess of the songs. I played more bass house, more popular stuff. That was my first set, crushed my confidence, and I've come to find that those moments are essential to your growth. Like the minute you get comfortable, you're gonna have a horrible set, and then it's gonna like a setback is a setup for a comeback, you know. So I try to tell myself that. Man, yeah, I couldn't sleep that night. I couldn't like sleep for a couple days. I was so disgusted with myself.
EDM fans can find Looseleaf all over the Phoenix area, as well as at next year's Gem and Jam Festival in Tucson, whose lineup features popular DJs like Liquid Stranger and Lotus.
Right now, I guess my goal would be Sun Bar, Shady Park, and Rooftop Bar Smith. Long term would be to have my own music and play out my own music wherever that might be, and potentially play at a festival. I'm playing at Gym and Jam. Yeah, I got booked for Gym and Jam. So that, I guess that's one of my goals that is like up and coming, but we'll see how it goes, you know, if I get a 4 a.m. slot.